Hi guys, it's Macbook Channel 1 here, and today's video is going to be how I broke my arm. This is going to be very, I wouldn't say short and I wouldn't say long, but it's going to be very interesting and kind of funny, so make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. So I was maybe about 8 years old. This happened in 2008. I was riding my scooter with my friend called Dylan. I know a lot of Dylans, it's quite weird. But yeah, we were just riding around. He was my next door neighbor. His parents was two mums, so yes, they were a lesbian couple, but they were really cool. Yeah, I hung out with him a lot every single day after school. We'd grab our scooters, ride around, have fun. He was a couple of years younger than me though. And one day I was riding up and down his driveway, and I turned around and said to him, "Can you do any scooter tricks?" And he said to me, "No, but can you?" He's like, "Can you do this one here?" And he said no, he couldn't, but obviously he could do a trick because he done it. And he showed me, and he's like, "How about you try it now?" So me being me, I try it. I'm going as fast as I could riding the scooter. I tried to jump over this thing and twist, but it didn't go to plan. You know how concrete can be like this? Well, it was like that for me. And here I am, riding my scooter, and you can probably already see what happens. The front wheel gets caught here. I get thrown off the scooter. I'm up in the air, spinning and spinning and spinning. I got just imagine 3 stories in the air of houses, 3 levels of houses. Just imagine that. That's how high I was up in the air, and then I landed on my arm like this. And there was no possible way that I was not going to break a bone from that. I'm just lucky it was my hand. I wasn't crying. I got up, looked at it, and I was like, oh, I don't know, is that normal? So I'll go inside, and I'm like, "Dad, I think I broke my arm." And he looked at me and he's like, "Oh, just go lay down." So then my dad rings up my mum and tells my mum that I might have broken my arm, and she flies around the corner and quickly runs into the house, and then she quickly opens up the door to check on me, and she sees that my arm is broken completely, and she starts stressing and screaming her head off. So she shoves me in the car. It's a 45-minute drive to the hospital where I used to live, so we got onto the highway, I started heading there. I wasn't in pain at all, and then when I got to the hospital, I looked in the waiting room and it was just full of people, and I'm like, I'm not waiting, no. And the most funniest thing, what I had in my arm to keep it cool, I had a pumpkin, a frozen pumpkin. It was really small, it was so funny. But yeah, I started screaming as soon as I got there, and they took me straight into the back, and then the lady's like to me, "Oh sweetie, as soon as we put this gas on you, you're gonna dream of fairies, and it's gonna be really fun for you." And it's so funny, guys, I actually dreamed of fairies. And a couple of days before that, I actually went to a fairy party when I was at my friend's house, and I was literally 8 years old, and I'm not even kidding you, I fucking dreamed of fairies. I was dreaming that I was on this purple cloud, and my friend was on this other purple cloud, and my mum was chilling on one purple cloud. I kept on waking up halfway through the procedures of what they were doing. I had a cast on, I remember, and then I remember them taking something off my arm, and I remember them moving it around, so I was awake but not awake. And then after that, I got let out after 6 hours of being in the hospital. I go home, the next day I wake up and I trip over a fan, break my arm again, idiot me. Got straight back to the hospital again, got another x-ray done. They tried to fix my arm again by moving it around in place, but they couldn't fix it. And I was chilling on the bed after they checked it all, and I'm talking to my mum and heard them say surgery. I started bursting out in tears saying, "No, you're gonna kill me, you're gonna kill me, you're gonna put me to sleep forever." And they just started laughing, and I was like, "I'm gonna die." And they're like, no, sweetie, you're not gonna die, it's just the surgery, you'll be all good." And I'm an 8-year-old little girl freaking out because they said I need a surgery within a couple weeks or else my arm can go dead. And I was freaking out like no other. And then after a couple weeks, the surgery got put in, so I had to go there, get my arm shaved, which is really weird. I was scared of shaving my arm. So my mum's friend had to shave her arm with me. So yeah, they shaved my arm, they put it in this yellow stuff, which I'm pretty sure is like antibacterial stuff. They put the gas on me and they said count to 10, so I went 1, 2, 3, and I was out cold. And that's all I can remember. I was so afraid of needles, so like they couldn't put a needle in me at all, so they had to use the gas. I had to get 5 bolts put into my bone and 1 steel plate. I will insert a photo of what my arm actually looked like after. And I had a choice, like even though I was 8 years old, it was up to me and not my mum. Like I had a choice to keep the steel bolts in until I was like, I don't know, 16 or something, and then I'll have to get it changed, or I either take it out and take the risk of it breaking. And then a couple years later, you know, 2008, 2009, 2010 came along, got the phone call saying that I had to get it taken out. So I kind of freaked out again, and then my mum's friend came along, and it was only a 2-day surgery. Like I was in the hospital for 2 days, and for some reason, you know how you're meant to be really close with your mum? I was really close with my mum's friend. It was really weird, like I wanted her there. It was kind of weird. But yeah, I went in for the surgery. They shaved my arm again, put it in this stuff. They took it out slowly, and luckily, yeah, it came out all good. After that, you know, they said count to 10, and then, you know, count to 10. But then one thing I hated the most after the surgery was when I had this arm up here and I was too scared to move it, and then I had the drip thing in my arm. Like I couldn't do anything. I was just sitting there doing nothing. And they had a school in the hospital, so like I couldn't skip school. They made me do school there, which is kind of weird. Like I hated it so much. And I even lived further away from the hospital this time. It was like an hour drive. So yeah, I had a choice like to have it at the surgery, like the place that I always went to, or the place I lived to, where it's like a 20-minute drive to the hospital. But I chose to do it this way and not that way because I don't trust that way. But yeah, it's been a few years now and my arm is fully mended. When it gets cold, my arm hurts like no other. It's quite painful. I almost start screaming because the pain is unbearable. It hurts so badly. But I do have a scar, and I have been offered to get the scar like faded, but I choose not to because like that's just a part of who I am, and I love my scar no matter what. It's just, it makes me feel happy that I can turn around and say, yeah, I was this old when this and this happened. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and check out my other story time videos down below. And yeah.